I never believed in haunted houses, until the house I inherited from my uncle proved me wrong. It was a small, two-story house at the edge of town, tucked behind a row of dying trees. My uncle had lived alone for years, and after he passed, I became the sole inheritor. I hadn't even known him that well, but free property isn't something you turn down. I moved in on a rainy afternoon, the kind of rain that makes the streetlights shimmer like molten gold on asphalt. The house smelled of old wood and damp, the kind of smell that sticks in your clothes, in your hair, in your skin. The first night was normal, or at least I told myself it was. I unpacked a few boxes, set up my bed in the small bedroom upstairs, and fell asleep listening to the rain. But around midnight I woke to a noise, a faint humming. At first I thought it was the pipes. Old houses have old plumbing, but the humming was different. Human somehow, deliberate, slow, rhythmic. It came from below me, the basement. I hesitated. I've never been good with basements. They're dark, always smell bad, and they make your imagination run wild. But curiosity or stupidity got the better of me. I grabbed a flashlight and crept downstairs. The basement door creaked open. The humming stopped. Silence. I stepped inside. Concrete walls, cobwebs in the corners, old furniture covered with dusty sheets. And then I heard it. A voice, low, almost a whisper, calling my name. Alex. I froze. That's my name, my own name. My voice caught in my throat as I spun around trying to find the source. Nothing, just the shadows. I tried to convince myself it was a trick of the wind. But then the voice came again, louder this time, right from the corner of the basement. Alex, come closer. The rational part of my brain screamed at me to leave. Every horror story I'd ever read was flashing through my mind. But something, I don't know what, made me move forward. Step by step, flashlight shaking in my hand. And then I saw it. A figure crouched in the darkest corner. I couldn't make out details at first, only a shape that didn't belong to a human. Too thin, too long. It had no visible face, just a black void where its features should have been. But I could feel it staring at me. Its presence pressed down on my chest. I tried to step back. My foot hit something soft. I looked down. A pile of old newspapers, except the top one had my name written on it, in large, sloppy letters, freshly inked, wet-looking. My heart stopped. The figure tilted its head like it was studying me. The voice came again, this time from everywhere at once. Do you want to play? I ran. I didn't care where. I sprinted up the stairs, burst through the door, slammed it behind me. But the feeling didn't leave. I could hear it following me, though I couldn't see it. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, echoing just behind me. I slept in the living room that night, lights on, doors locked. But sleep didn't bring relief. I dreamt of the basement. Always the basement. Always the figure creeping closer, whispering my name. Every time I woke, I felt its eyes on me. Days went by and the activity escalated. Doors opened on their own. Objects moved when I wasn't looking. At night, I'd hear scratching from inside the walls, soft at first, then frantic, like something was trying to escape. I tried to leave. I packed my things, called friends, planned to stay at a motel. But every time I stepped outside, the street was gone. Just a gray, endless fog stretching in every direction. No cars, no houses, no people. Only the whispering. Alex, come back. I ran back inside, barricading the door, but it didn't matter. That night it came into my room. Not through the door, not the windows, just appeared. My flashlight flickered. The figure was in the corner, closer than ever, and this time it moved. Slowly, smoothly, gliding toward me. I tried to scream, but my voice failed me. My limbs wouldn't move. My eyes were glued to the void of its face. And then it spoke. Its voice, 1,000 whispers layered into one, cutting straight into my mind. You're mine now. Everything went black. I woke up the next morning on the floor of the living room. The house looked normal, too normal. Sunlight streamed through the windows. I checked my phone. It had no messages, no missed calls, as if I'd been asleep for only a few minutes. But I know the truth. I didn't just dream it. I didn't imagine it. It's still here, waiting, watching. And sometimes at night I can hear it whispering from the basement, calling my name. After that first night, I tried to convince myself I was imagining things. I moved cautiously around the house, double-checking doors and windows, convinced the figure from the basement wouldn't appear again. But deep down, I knew better. It started with small things. I'd find objects slightly moved, my keys on the floor when I was sure I'd left them on the counter. Sometimes, I'd swear I saw a shadow flicker in the corner of my eye just for a split second, and the whispering that never stopped. It began at night, first faint, almost soothing, calling my name like a friend. "Alex, come here." I'd lie in bed, trying to ignore it, telling myself it was the wind, the pipes, my imagination. But as the nights went on, the voice changed. It became demanding, urgent, menacing. "Alex, play with me now." One night, unable to sleep, I decided to record the basement again. I brought my phone downstairs, my hands trembling, flashlight in one hand. I wanted proof, evidence, something to show that I wasn't losing my mind. The basement was dark, colder than usual, and I felt that weight again, like the air itself was pressing on me. I pointed the flashlight toward the corner, toward the shadows, and I saw it. The figure crouched there watching me, too thin, limbs twisted in impossible angles. Its face, that void of darkness and that awful stretching grin. I froze, unable to move. Then it tilted its head and whispered my name, not through the air but inside my head. I dropped the phone. It hit the concrete floor with a crack and the figure was gone. I felt my chest tighten, my heartbeat echoing in my ears. I ran upstairs and locked the basement door, but the feeling didn't leave. I could still hear it, moving, watching, waiting. Days passed. The activity escalated. My reflection in mirrors started acting independently. Sometimes it would grin when I didn't. Sometimes it would shake its head or move when I stayed still. I stopped looking at mirrors altogether. I tried to escape. I called my friends, begged them to stay with me. But every time someone came over, they'd leave within an hour, terrified, claiming they felt a presence, like something was watching. I couldn't blame them. I felt it too, constantly. A shadow lurking just out of reach, crawling over my skin, whispering promises I didn't want to hear. One night I had no choice. I went down to the basement again, determined to confront it. I set up candles in a circle like something out of a horror movie, hoping it would protect me. I called out, demanding to know what it wanted. The air grew thick, impossible to breathe. A chill ran down my spine, and then it appeared, not in the corner, not crouched. It stood in the center of the room, taller than the ceiling, limbs twisting unnaturally. The void of its face stared at me. Its grin widened. "You can't leave," it whispered, layered voices echoing in my skull. "You're mine now." I backed away. My legs hit the wall, my chest burned. My mind screamed, but my voice wouldn't come. And then it moved. Not like a human, it didn't walk. It slid across the concrete, gliding effortlessly toward me. I ran, I don't know how, but I ran. Up the stairs, through the kitchen, into my bedroom. I slammed the door and locked it. I collapsed on the floor, shaking, sobbing. My phone rang. It was a number I didn't recognize. I answered, my voice cracking. "Alex," the voice said. Not from the basement, not from the phone, from inside my head. "You can't escape. You belong to me." The lights flickered. The air turned icy. The whispering grew louder, all around me, not just the basement. The house itself was alive with it now, moving, breathing, watching. I realized something terrifying. This thing doesn't just live in the basement. It doesn't care about walls or doors. It's in the house, in every corner, in every shadow. And the worst part, it can reach me anywhere, anytime. I didn't sleep that night, or the next, or the night after that. Every time I closed my eyes, it was there, watching, whispering, smiling, waiting. And tonight I hear it again, just outside my bedroom door, low, deliberate, patient. Alex, it's coming closer.